We've had one win in 11 games. I bet you can't guess who that was against. Well, with that intro, of course, you did know who it was against, didn't you? It was against Parma. They got a man sent off early on. We got a penalty and we held on tight. And it was a pretty good defensive performance, certainly. And I was really pleased with that. But as you can see, that apart, things are still going pretty poorly. We need to turn this around, and we have today a football derby where we can hopefully do that. And then we're going to play Catanzaro as well. We'll have the Spezia game off camera. Catanzaro have been competitive rivals in the last few years, so I think Palermo Catanzaro double seems to me to be a good one to do here before the youth intake arrives, which strikers, that's all I can say. Which is partly why over the transfer window I bought strikers on loan, because we're going to hopefully have a couple of decent ones coming through the youth system who could improve things later. So today we are going to go with this team, I think. I'm going to go back to Perizan, I think, because Desjardins having a bit of a struggle. Can, however, put Desjardins on the bench. Other than that, I think we are probably okay with this side. The only question is probably I think we go with shoes off instead of Squizzato, because Squizzato is not quite fit. But other than that, this is the team I'm going to go with. I'll show you on the next screen. So it's Perizan, Lacticari, Delicari, Colucci, Fredella, Rolla, Riella, Belloni, Rota, Seri and shoes off. And I'm hoping that we can get a win here against our local rivals, a team that are almost relegated, you would imagine, because they've had a pretty awful season. They've had all season what we've had just in the last few weeks. So hopefully we can do something here to kind of cement our position in mid-table, which is absolutely what I wanted this season. Well, more than I wanted, to be honest. Shoes off to Rolla. Rolla overhits his pass. Jurgens and Perizan makes the save. Probably didn't need to there, but he made it nonetheless. Perizan makes the save that time that he definitely did need to, but it was a good save. Fredella now. Can we make something happen? Fredella comes round and takes a shot. We're looking threatening there. Orlando, the corner. Semi-cleared it. Shiro, former Zafrana player. We do clear it that time. So, Fredella to Rota. Lazzari shoots, but it goes over the bar. Done all right. Second half of that half, we were able to keep them out and make a few chances of our own, although nothing spectacular. Shiro to Ventre. Press them, boys, press them. Orlando crosses in, and that has been coming, to be honest. Perizan could do nothing to keep that cross out, and Orlando supplies the ammunition for Claudio Mansi to give Palermo the lead. I'm not sure if we've ever lost to Palermo, you know. Got a very good record against them. We have lost to them once in 2024, so almost exactly 4 years ago. We lost our one and only game in the football derby. Seri is not up to much today, so Reddy's going to come on. Colucci, come on. Got 25 minutes or so to make something happen here. Rota crosses to shoes off, and that's our first big chance of the game. Belloni is not having a great game, so Benedetti can come on. I think shoes off has also not had a great game, so we can bring on Squizzato. And we've got to go for it now. Nothing much more I can do about this now. We've just got to hope that something happens in these last few minutes that can give us at least a point here. To lose to the team bottom of the table really would be a sign that things are going badly wrong. It may not matter, we may be alright because we've got enough already, but it doesn't bode well that we are struggling to this extent after such a good start to the season. Goodness me, that would have been an absolute stormer of a goal. Roller now, come on. Gets the byline, can't get the cross in, but we do get a corner. Riella crosses and the keeper saves that. We are pushing. This has been our best spell of the game, but it's just come too late. Lacti crosses, misses everyone. Frodella back in, back to Lacti, crosses, but it can't be the first defender that time. Last chance. Riella, they carry. Roller. Can he pull it in? No. Fouled, and Odger's going to be sent off. It won't matter though, because there's only 20 seconds left. So it's not going to make a lot of difference. And I think that will probably be that. It will be. And it's not good. Oh, goodness me. I was sure that was over. But I guess the red card gave us a bit of extra time, and Squitato has got the equalising goal. I really wasn't expecting that. That is superb. I mean, it's only 1 point, but not losing to the team bottom of the table is probably something you want to be doing at this stage of the season. So that's something. And at least we did get something out of it. I would certainly have liked a bit more. I mean, you can see we'd have been in 8th if we'd managed to score a second one. But as it is, I am perfectly happy with just a point there. We are still 8 points off Perugia in the relegation places, so hopefully we'll be okay there. I'm not too worried about relegation at this point. It's just a question of how far up the table we can get. So I'll be back for the Catanzaro game, which is in a couple of weeks' time. And I don't think we'll have the youth intake in this video. I think we'll have that in the last video, which will be against someone who is close to us at the time. So it might be Modena if things go badly. If things go well, it might be Salernitana or even Spal would do really well. Don't think there's any chance of it being Venezia. Ascoli possibly, although that may be the last video. We'll see how things go. But we'll certainly be back sometime in April, I imagine, to have a look at the regens and a couple of the games around there that could be of importance. So I will be back for the Catanzaro game in a couple of weeks, hopefully with another 3 points from the Spezia game, and then we will see when the new gens come out before we decide which other final games we will be picking. I will see you in a second. We are struggling a bit to adapt to this new formation, but I do think it's something we need to do because it wasn't working in the previous formation. So we needed to make this shift. Right, so Catanzaro, a rivalry that has been several years in the making, really. We have had a very, very good record against Catanzaro. Let me just get rid of the friendlies because that's use it a little bit. But yeah, eight wins and 2 defeats is obviously really, really good. And we haven't lost to them since March 2026, so 2 years since we last lost to them. They're a team that we've had a lot of success against, but they're also a team that we lost out to in the league last year. They got automatic promotion. We had to go through the playoffs. So swings and roundabouts, I suppose. But certainly head-to-head, we have the better record. Coppola, of course, we're in very bad form at the moment. They're probably not in quite such bad form because we made a very good start to the season, which I don't think they did. Midori gets the ball back again, and we've cleared it nicely. But they are unfortunately dominating this game in terms of possession and attacking intent, even if our defence is doing well at keeping them out at the moment. Of course, I've spoken too soon, aren't I? And the cross comes in, and Perizan can fall on that. But something's going to need to improve here, because we are being rather battered. Right, we finally have an attack. Can we make something happen here? Lacti. Belloni loses it, and it looks like we're going to be hit on the counter. Oh, Riella's he's got away with it. It's a good tackle there in that case. Good place to give away a free kick, provided you're not getting... Well, I thought he might have been sent off at one point, even booked. Rota is clearly struggling here. I think we may have to make a substitution before half-time rather than waiting. Go with DiMarco. He's probably the most reliable player in that position. Oh, goodness me, that was a strange back pass. The keeper did well in the end. Lacti to shoes off. Belloni was almost through there. And Spezzato nearly managed to squeeze that into the goal. We've come back into the game in the last few minutes. That shot there, but we were threatening other shots as well. Let's try and make sure that we can get this win. This is the kind of game that if we can win this game, then this should see us nicely settled in mid-table, which is absolutely what I would have wanted at the start of the season, even if at one point it looked like we might do better. Shoes off. Oh, it's a terrible ball. DiMarco now. Should be nice and fresh. Chiara. Just really daft ball, that. Always going to be struggling to hit Zaffarana player. Goodness me, that was a good one. Squizzato, I mean, it was one of those which could easily have been gone to a Catanzaro player, but we got lucky there, and Squizzato almost got through to score what could have been an easy goal. The last 20 minutes or so of play, we've been doing quite well. Squizzato through and has a shot, but not enough to really challenge the keeper there. Definitely come back into it, though. Riella misplaces his pass. He's not been great today, Riella. Telling him to calm down is usually helpful for him because he's so aggressive, which has positives, but if he gets very aggressive, it can be a bit of a problem. Calm down, calm down. Maduri now cleared away by Colucci. Back to Maduri, and poor defending. Poor defending. Right, we need to go for this. I'm going to push Roller forward a bit because he's not really a midfielder. Catanzaro, unfortunately, they're coming forward, and Coppola does hit it wide. Right, we now need to go for it. We've got 6 minutes or so. Demand more. Anything else we can do tactics-wise? I have to push the marker up a bit more. Bring on Lazzeri for Squizzato. Right, last few minutes. Can we get something out of this game? This would be a really disappointing performance otherwise. Belloni finds Roller. It's a cross in, and yes, Lazzeri's there. Two substitutes combining to get the equaliser, and with the momentum with us, I wonder if, I think I'm going to keep going for this, see if we can nick a win, because it would be a massive win if we can get it. Lacti finds shoes off, crosses in, Rodella, Belloni, Lacti. It's good. We make one more chance and take it this time. Shoes off, it goes through, shoes off, oh, missed it. Still time. Not now, though. I think that probably will be it. Right, it's better than defeat, obviously, but probably a game that we should be winning. We should have been better than that. 36 points. We're 9 points clear of Perugia with 10 games to go. We should be okay, but it's so disappointing after such an amazing start to the season to be where we are now. That is not what I was hoping for. And as I say, I was never really thinking we'd get promoted. Truly, I've kind of mentioned it, but never really thought we would be. But to fall back quite as far as this in this situation, because we had 31 points. Actually, let's go back further than that. We had 29 points from 14 games. We've had 7 points in the last 14. So that just tells you what it's been a season of two halves so far. Exactly two halves. So yeah, still work to be done. I will be back, I think, for the youth intake. So that will obviously dictate who we're going to be playing against. It will be a team who are kind of around us at the time. If things go badly, it might be the Modena game or the Perugia game, maybe both of them. If things go really well, then we could be looking at Spal, probably not Venezia, but maybe Spal and Salernitana, something like that. Depending on when the youth intake comes, it could be Ascoli as well. Perugia, perhaps, if it goes really badly. And we'll have a look at the youth intake then. But yeah, as you can see, the form has been awful. It's been very, very good up till November, early November, and then we've fallen off a cliff with one win since. And we need to start changing that around. Obviously, with the new tactic, it's going to take a little while to bed in. We haven't got the familiarity that we had with the roller tactic yet, but hopefully that can build up, and we might be able to kind of just about get ourselves out of trouble, particularly if we get one or two. And I know we've got a striker coming in who is meant to be quite good, which is partly why I've got two lone strikers playing up front at the moment, because I'm hoping that this youngster might be really good. So for now, I will bid you adieu. Come and join us tomorrow and hopefully see us climb up the table a bit more, and certainly have a look at some really good strikers. See you then. Bye for now.